Good morning. For the longest time we have dreamt about having some kind of protection in the form of either a canvas bimini or a hard dodger, and we're finally starting that project. We actually decided last year in Grenada that we wanted to build a hard dodger, and we actually got a lot of the fiberglass then. Luckily since then Total Boat have come in and saved our day and sent us a ton more fiberglass and epoxy and loads of resin, and without further hesitation, we are going to start our hard dodger.
Yeah, do you want to walk them through where it's going to go exactly?
Yeah, so come up here. So a dodger of all sorts, it can be made of canvas or fiberglass, wood, foam. We have decided we're going to build it out of wood and fiberglass, but essentially a dodger is a protected area of the cockpit which typically goes over the companionway to stop spray in upwind sailing conditions, to stop rain from going in when you're opening the hatch, and it just gives a lot more protection in the cockpit in general. We're hoping we can build ours out from here. It's going to come up like this, head out like that, and we're hoping to mirror the angles on the front of the pilot house because we've got some really nice windows and some really nice angles going on there. So we're going to hopefully try and mock up the same exact design there and bring it back here, and we're going to have a roof. We do want to be able to slide behind it here like that, so it's going to probably come up to about here. And yeah, we don't want it to look too boxy, we want it to look a little bit sporty, but we don't want to sacrifice the ability to be able to get in the boat by having it too sporty. So yeah, we've got a big project coming up. But honestly, this is one that when I hurt myself in the UK, I was just dreaming of. I've been looking forward to this for so long, and I know Zach has too, and we honestly can't wait to start this project. So if you're enjoying the refit series, give us a like and subscribe if you haven't. If you're new here, welcome. It's great to have you on board, and without further hesitation, we've got some cardboard and we're going to start mocking up a design for it. As you can probably see, we don't have enough cardboard at the moment, but we're going to piece it together and see what we've got, and we can always search for more, but it'll just be good to get the rough outline done today in cardboard. It's mainly for the sides actually. The sides are very interesting angles, so we are going to have a bit of fun getting the profile of that correct. We make do with what we have around here. I've done the bottom edge now and this side, and now I'm just trying to get the right profile for the top. As you can see, this is where the kind of curve starts and this is where it ends, so it's just taking a lot of little adjustments, but it'll be worth it, and hopefully this template we can lay over there and it'll be identical. That's the goal. But knowing boats and knowing this age of boats, there's a chance they might not be identical. The templates are done. I've got hiccups, so I've got to try and not hiccup. I haven't connected this one for many different reasons. There's about an inch of space either side, and I did that on purpose because up there is skinnier and I wanted to keep the same proportions. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to lift this side off, which has the side on it already taped, and I did that so it's flush on the deck so I can get the right angle up there. These hiccups, honestly. So I'm going to lift this corner off, then that corner off, and then slot the middle in up there.
That's good, Becca.
Thanks. This is going to be cut out around there, but it's going to be like that, and then when the roof's on, it's going to be so cozy. I'm so excited, and we can just sit here. And then we're going to have a window here, I think. I'm so excited. At this stage, it was really important to step back and look at the boat from lots of different angles and figure out if we had successfully transferred the appearance of the pilot house to the Dodger. Then, when we realised we were happy, it was time to go and get the wood. We got a bus at 7:30 this morning before the sun got too hot, and it actually drove past the marina. We flagged it and it reversed all the way back down the road to us, which was really sweet. The collectivos here are like little minivans, and you pay, I think it's about 30 pesos, which is about £1.20 a person, and they're really great actually. They run super often and get you to where you need to be. Let's go! Ooh, she's got some beans.
She's a bit of a monster. This thing's so big.
People carrier. Anyway, we got to the airport, we rented a car for the day, and we got upgraded to this like fun SUV thing. But we're driving into town, into Tapachula, and we're going to get some nuts and bolts, go to Walmart, Home Depot, go to the oil store, then come back to the marina and run to the fuel dock with some diesel jugs, because you can't take the boat there really, it's shallow and there's a lot of crap in the water. So,
and the dock looks horrible design.
Yeah, the dock's like a barge dock for like big ships, and it's just not designed for cruising boats. So that's our plan today.
Do a few diesel runs, and hopefully not spill too much diesel in this nice car.
Not the wood. The following day, and we dropped the car back in a couple of hours, but we still got a few more fuel jerry can runs to do. So we're up really early and hoping the fuel station by the dock will be open.
It says it was going to be open at 7.
At 7, so... Oh, you can almost see the volcano, which is cool. Yeah, we're going to get there and fill up. We've got
4 jugs.
4 20-litre jugs. So we did one fill up yesterday, and then we're going to hopefully do one more continuous fill up, and then the people we're borrowing the jugs from, we borrowed them full, so we've got to fill them one more time. And then we also need to get some cash out, and we need to drop the car back at the airport. So that's the morning plan.
Luckily, the fuel station was in the nearby port and it was open. So after filling up the last of our fuel tanks, it was time to go back and make Becca a DIY protractor.
I then applied the angles to the cardboard to get the final mock-up. However, I was reaching the cardboard's limit, and the more I manipulated it, the more it bent, leading to inaccurate measurements. So I made the decision to now move on to cutting the templates out of the newly bought wood. We watched a few different videos of different people making hard dodgers, and one of those people was Sam Holmes, and he mocked it up in cardboard. Then he lifted the pieces of wood on it, he just drilled holes and he cable tied them to make them keep their shape, and then he did fiberglass tabs and fiberglassed it. I feel like that's the stage we're up to. It's just too difficult, it's too big, and it's too difficult to get a accurate measurement and idea of how it will look when we're just kind of, you know, using our hands to balance it. It needs to stay still, and then we can make tweaks. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to drill a load of holes and get the right kind of profile going. I'm going to lay them on the front, cable tie them here to get a good shape, and then we'll transfer it aft. Yeah, it looks nice. We have now got a structure we're happy with. The trouble is, for the first time all season there's a bit of wind, so we want to create a better template now and do the sides, because that will give it the proper profile we want. However, we've actually decided we're going to take this teak strip off for the pure reason of, if it lies flush up against that, it will be able to bond the fiberglass a lot better than having the teak there. We can't obviously bond fiberglass to teak. So Zach's going to take that strip off now to give ourselves a really good blank canvas, but so far I'm really loving how it's looking. It's looking pretty sporty and the same angle as the front of the pilot house, which is exactly what we're looking for. Five seconds later, it's raining. But we got this tarp back up and just really hoping it doesn't get wet, but I don't think it will. You didn't really think a thunderstorm would stop me from working, did you? I love projects like this, I really do. I love being creative and applying it to Tay-Lee. I'm just like watching a thunderstorm happen, and I'm really happy right now. This isn't for everyone. There's been some challenging moments for sure this summer, but right now, with the rain pouring down, listening to the thunder boom, cutting some cardboard templates, I'm really happy. This might not. Oh yeah, look at that! Oh wait, it's not quite right. That's fine, I just need to trim. Just need to trim. This a bit better. Getting there though. Slowly but surely. One snip at a time. Oh, that's so satisfying. Okay, so I'm still out here, but it's starting to get dark and I'm getting pretty wet now, and so is my template. So I think I'm going to have to go in for the night, but I just had this cool idea, and essentially my template bent at a place I didn't really want it to bend because it was soggy, but it gave me an amazing idea. Rather than having the sides like that to accommodate the shrouds, I'm going to have them like that, and then it will kind of mirror the shapes on the boat anyway. And then we can put a hatch in and still have the vertical bit. It will look a lot better, I think. I'm going to go inside in a second, sketch it out. I love this project. I just wish it didn't rain right now, but that's okay. These things happen. We've got this, and we've got our homemade angle measure protractor. Can you call this protractor? What's the name for this? Yeah, it measures angles. We're gonna use this on the inside of the windows to get the angle that we want, the triangles, and then we're gonna make them out of some scrap wood we found in the yard here because they just need to be more sturdy. And we want two either side of the middle panel, and then I want one on each side, and then actually I'm going to have them joined so they don't slide out too. But that's the only way I'll be able to start in the middle and make sure the height is right and the angle's right. Because at the moment, if I get the inside spot on and then I work out the outside edge, I tweak it slightly and then the middle drops down or the angle changes, which just is very frustrating. So it needs a better solution, and I think the angled brackets are going to be that. Two brackets made. Clearly went wrong somewhere because look how different they are. Don't want to talk about it. That's the nice thing about woodworking, I've found. If you've messed up, you usually know about it pretty quickly. The angle is actually spot on now, but it seems pretty high. So, I need to figure that out.
I think it looks good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't think it looks too upright?
No. Yeah, it's fine.
At this point, despite the overall design looking how we imagined it, I just couldn't shake the feeling it was too tall. I'm out with our mock-up this morning, and quite honestly last night I was kept awake thinking about the design and how we want it to be. I actually even woke up in the night and started drawing these supports out. I'm very committed to this project apparently. This is what I started drawing out in the night. We want this Dodger to look like it's always been a part of the boat, which is why I was so keen to get the angles right. However, getting the angles the same as Pilot House makes it steeper than I initially thought. Having it steeper is okay, but I don't want it to look like it's just bolted on. I want it to look like it's always been a part of it. By having it higher, it will be more protected in the cockpit, and also Zach will be able to see through it, and also we'll be able to get in and out easier, but it looks less sporty, and I wanted it a little bit sporty. And when I mocked up in cardboard, I had it sitting at 46 inches and now it's 49, and those 3 inches raised up do have a big effect on how sleek and sporty it looks. So I'm in a predicament really. I need to decide, and if I decide to cut it shorter, then I need to take all the support off and cut them shorter. But I know now is the time to decide, and not when it's halfway through being fiberglass. We have to be 100% happy with it now. So, but my gut's saying I think I need to take it back about an inch more and lean it back a bit more. Because the rough angle will be the same, and the fact that the profile of the shape and size of the windows, the panels are going to be the same, will make it naturally look like it belongs to the boat. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this morning, just looking at it from loads of different angles and trying to decide. I just took out the frame and put the cardboard back under and got it to 48 inches again, and honestly, stepping back, I just know it's right. It is lower, but it just looks so much better. It just looks sleeker and more sporty, and it might be a bit of a pain to get in, but we can always just take the washboards out. So honestly, I think we're going to roll with this, because it just, yeah, night and day sleeker. So what I need to do is just take these back to this line to shrink the whole lot down.
Nice.
48. Ah! We did it.
Nice.
I am so excited that we just got that. And it's just spot on. And it looks super sporty, super sporty. People are going to see Tay-Lee sailing along and be like, wow, that's a speedy boat, as we're sitting at 5 knots. Just taking it easy. Could be doing 10, but choose to do 5 at all times. With all the sails up. In all types of wind. Anyway, happy with that. Now, we're going to get the sides done. Someone in the marina lent us a set of these, and honestly, they are so handy. I actually love it, except this little pivot point, which I don't like so much because there's a little indentation. I'm not sure, well, obviously that's a pivot point, but that's not too handy. But everything else, amazing, love it. If I did more woodworking, these would be a staple, but I can't justify buying myself a set. However, I'm just making this, no, this, and giving the same 45-degree angle. As you can see, we're just using offcuts here. We bought some nice wood the other day, but there's just no point when this is going to waste anyway. It's up in the yard and it's going to be trashed, so why not use it? Perfect. It's quite a bit later now. I couldn't figure out how I wanted this angle to go. This was my initial design actually, so it's got the curve in it, but we've got no curves on the boat, and whilst that does look nice, it just doesn't fit with the rest of the whole design. So I then redesigned it, and I decided to go a bit out there with it, you know, like no risk, no reward. And I've actually gone for something like this, and I actually love it. It's really different, and it still gives the protection we want in the cockpit, but it's not super bulky. But you know what's even nicer? We have the option to put a grab handle there, a stainless grab handle. I think that would look incredible. Super functional as well. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So firstly, I can't template the rest of this without this being a bit more structural. So we're going to go up and cut this bit because it's going to be at a different angle anyway. Come back, secure that somehow, make a little support for it maybe, and then I'll template the rest. It's getting real now. The designers are going in place. Jazzy angles all round. There you go. Perfect. Is that a bit crazy? Maybe. Sometimes you have to remind yourself, when you're already building something new, you might as well push the boundaries. Because really, what's the worst that could happen? You learn something. And at best, well, just look at this sexy shape taking place on our pilot house.
Well, we've been here this whole time and I've not known that this is pronounced in some Welsh impossible way. How is this set?
Tay-Lee.
Tay-Lee?
Yeah.
This whole time I'm calling it Teulu and they're
You
like,
can
no.
call it whatever you like. We have templated and cut every bit of the Dodger now except the roof, and I decided the other day that rather than having one continuous bending roof, I want panels, 3 panels to mirror our pilot house. It's still going to have a general bend in it. We've also decided to do a 10cm overhang. It might get a bit smaller than that, we haven't decided, but we're going to mock up 10 centimeters and see. This will just stop the rain from running down and also give it a bit of a sportier look. I am struggling to get this to support its own weight like that. It's caving in slightly, which obviously I can't have happen before the fiberglass is in. So Zach is going to cut off this overhanging corner, and then we can cable tie and hopefully it will support its own weight a lot better. And then we can finish off the roof, because at the moment we can't have anything slightly caving in. Everything has to be solid before we kind of work up.
Due to the shrouds, this section couldn't be there anyway, so it was about time to cut it off.
Wow, that looks nice. Actually starting to look like a Dodger now. Look how gorgeous this angle is. It's such a lovely line. Very happy about it. So I'm going to drill 7 holes up here and here, and we're going to cable tie these to secure in this angle, and then we'll move to the other side and see if we need to do any shuffling about. We have now got to the point where we physically can't go any further without building a really strong base, because the sides need to be supported at the top, and then when we build the roof that needs to also be supported, because obviously the more we lay up in fiberglass the more it's going to sag if it's not got a really solid base. So we're going to cut some of these strips of wood that we bought the other day and start building ground up to how high we want the roof and how wide we want it, so we know exactly where to lay the roof when we've cut the wood. This is how that's looking. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Gorgeous.
Keep going, slowly.
Cool. How's that looking?
Yeah, really good. Nice one.
The next job is to fill in these gaps, essentially, the outer wings of the roof. We've got a big bit of cardboard and we're going to lay it over. It's going to be a, did you say it's going to be a rhombus shape?
Or diamond.
It's going to be still 4-sided, but maybe a strange angle here. So the easiest way to do it, we're just going to lay this on top, and underneath I'm just going to template, and then we're going to add the 10cm lip on. And the lip is going to be where the angle changes, so we'll just have to do a bit of figuring out to get that. Like that. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So this is looking pretty sweet. This is not okay. We will round this. We'll round it, and if we start hitting our head on it, we shall put a rubber stock on the end. I'm not kidding about that. But I like it. I like it a lot. Obviously that won't be like that, it will be like that. If we've done everything right, we should be able to flip this over and it should fit perfectly on the other side. But you know, I'd say you know boats, but obviously this is all us, so you know us. Let's see how this goes.
It's pretty close.
Oh, it is really close actually.
Oh no, that'll work.
It's a few mil off, so what we're going to do is we're going to still cut it, because the last thing we want to do at this point is make it unsymmetrical, and we will butt that up against that, and then we will just manipulate this side to fit it, and then we'll be good. A little flick is for good luck.
The dotted line Becca is drawing out is to indicate the lip or roof overhang, helping us to accurately line up everything when we attach it.
And just like that, the wood is all cut. So we're going to take these back to Tay-Lee, Teulu, and see how they look. Hopefully get cable tying the roof on this evening. How does it look?
Yeah, it's good.
Because it's higher here, we'll have to tack it down like that.
Yeah.
Because we want it slightly curved, because if it sits flat then it's going to collect water more. We want it slightly rounded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's better. I think we need to get that middle one tacked.
Yeah? Yeah, okay.
part 1 done.
It's been such a fun 4 days since we started this. And honestly, I'm really proud with how it's looking. I think we've managed to keep the lines of the boat, which was really important to us, also keeping it sporty and functional. I think the next stage will be making it incredibly strong. We're hoping to lay up about 1 centimetre of fiberglass, and then it will be the beautiful stage, which is after the strength stage. But for now, the design stage, really happy with it. And there's a few points we need to, literally points, we need to figure out. We're gonna round them because we don't wanna lose any eyes at sea. But for now, super happy. I think this is the end of this video.
Yeah, it's been a pretty big job so far, but we're getting there.
Yeah, and I've honestly loved it. It's been my favourite boat project to date. But
it'd be nice to get it waterproof because we've been worried every single night it started to rain about all the wood getting wet, but thankfully it's gotten a little bit splashed here and there, but it dries out so quickly during the day. But yeah, it'd be nice to get it glassed and watertight.
Stay tuned for next week when we do that, and if you haven't, again, click subscribe and give the video a like if you enjoyed it and you like the Dodger. Let us know down below, you know, what you do differently or what you like about the Dodger. We'd love to hear your opinions on it. So.
And if you want to see the next video early, head over to our Patreon because we're releasing it a bit earlier there as well.
See you next week.